Hi, I'm Louise Lake, and I'm here today to read you the first chapter from my new fantasy series, The Three Kingdoms. The first book in the series is called The Warlock. Chapter 1, Cries from the Forbidden Forest. I fear we've already been here, the man said to his kin, as they turned the corner walking further down the silent path. It was evident that they were lost. I told you we shouldn't have come this far out, the man spoke a second time, as his wife sighed in response. Earlier that night they had mistaken a wrong turn for the right direction, which had been given to them by a solo traveller on the road. It was the first time that they had strayed so far from their kingdom, and now they wished they hadn't gone to the festivities that a small town named Crease had to offer on the outskirts of the Three Kingdoms. But Crease was well known for its merrymaking and triumphant festivals. This particular festival marked the historical event known to the realm as the Triple Conjunction. The Triple Conjunction happened over 3,000 years earlier, when one singular species was separated into three beings. The first remained from the oranges of the realm, known as mankind. The second evolved soon after with ears that pointed towards the stars, with a deep affinity of knowledge and sightseers. They were named the Elven race. And the third came later. Born from the magic hidden within the realm, these were very special species that could control the elements of nature in order to perform magic. This race was known as the Fae. At first, mankind could not accept the other species, and so a great war broke out amongst the three species. After many deaths and destruction of the realm, they formed a peace treaty that enabled them to divide the realm into three separate kingdoms, reigned by each of the species. These kingdoms came to be known as the Kingdom of Erinor, where mankind resided, the Elven Kingdom, and the Kingdom of the Fae. Eventually, after many years of hatred faded from each kingdom, most of the people from each race came to love each other as they did their own. Although, as in every race, there were still a few that were opposed to peace. Earlier in the day, when the couple embarked on their journey to Crease, they had a map of the roads ahead in their possession. But somehow, during the festivities, they had managed to misplace the map, leading them to the predicament in which they found themselves. Lost and alone, straying further from the path, the couple heard the echo of a cry in the distance. "What was that?" the woman asked her husband. "I'm not altogether certain," he replied. Holding their hands tightly together, they walked further into the darkness that consumed them. Another cry sounded through the trees, echoing onto the road ahead. The closer they came, the louder the cries grew, until they no longer faded into the distance. The sound grew clearer as they came closer. "It's a baby," the woman said to her husband. "Are you sure?" he replied. "I would know a cry like that anywhere." They glanced into each other's eyes, unknowing what the path ahead might mean for them. The couple had been trying for a child of their own for many months, but with no luck they had given up on the idea of having a family. Instead, they drew comfort from each other, knowing that their love would never fade, even though it would just forever be the two of them. She had a sister who was very fortunate, as it seemed she had been blessed with all of the luck where bearing children was concerned. Her sister had given birth to 13 healthy children. She once offered the couple to have a child for them, but they politely refused, as they imagined how awkward things could come between them. If they had a child, they wanted that child to be of their own. The couple stumbled upon a great circle of stones, which lay in a small clearing surrounded by wildly twisted trees. The trees almost looked as if they were in pain, as sap dripped from them like tears. In the centre of the stone circle lay a bundle of leaves and snapped twigs. The couple stepped closer, only to hear another cry. The cry was in close proximity this time. Then they noticed the tiny feet poking out of the bundle. There, in the centre, lay a newborn baby, crying out for the mother who had abandoned him. The woman rushed forward without considering the consequences, until her husband placed his hands on her shoulders, pulling her back. "You mustn't touch the child. They are there for a reason," he said, pointing to the stones. But he is a child, abandoned and alone, to never know the love of a mother or father. The man stood looking in the child's direction. You're right, we will take the child with us, he insisted. The woman rushed forward once again, this time with her husband's consent. She lifted the baby from the ground, wrapped in her arms. She proceeded back towards her husband when she heard a whisper. It was as if just for a moment time had stood still, until she heard what the whisper was saying. Ignoring the whisper and all consequences within the stones, she continued towards her husband, swearing to never let the child go and not to speak of this night to anyone. The couple found their way back onto the path, and with a child of unknown origin, they returned home. That was chapter 1 from The Warlock by myself, Louise. Thank you for watching.